Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be diving into a fascinating topic in geography, which is population structure. This is a crucial concept for understanding how population grow and change, and how these changes impact society and around the world. But before we begin, let's think about what this lesson is about. Why is this lesson relevant to our JLZ 300 course? Well, it's all about building strong communication skill and using those skills to create a more interactive and engaging classroom. It is about teaching in a way that encourage critical thinking and making our lesson more exciting and enjoyable for everyone. Here is how we are going to approach this lesson. As you can see, slides 1 is about instructional communication in geography. Think of this lesson as a puzzle. We are going to break down the concept of population structure into manageable pieces, just like putting together a puzzle. Okay, so we are going to use cognitive learning theory to guide our approach, making sure the information is clear and organized. For example, we'll start by explaining what a population pyramid is, then dive into its components, and then go on with death rate, and so on and so forth. Now, moving on, we are going to use constructivist theory to encourage active participation and analysis of real-world data. You'll be comparing population pyramid from different countries and discussing the impacts on society. And to make things even more interesting, we'll use multimedia to complement our explanations. Think of pictures, videos, and other visuals. You will see slides with population pyramid and watch a video about how population growth affects urban planning. Now moving on to slides 2. As you can see, slides 2 is about key strategies and examples for effective teaching. We will use behaviorist theory to reinforce learning by providing immediate feedback. After a student interprets a pyramid, we'll offer praise or guidance based on their response. Furthermore, we will use nonverbal communication like gestures and eye contact to emphasize key points and guide your focus. Finally, we will use socratic questioning to encourage critical thinking. For example, I might ask, what does a white base in a population pyramid suggest about birth rates? Now, as you can see, the next slide is about collaborative learning environment. We'll be having discussion about population factors and working in groups to share different perspectives on demographic trends. And not to forget cultural awareness. Discussing population structures from various countries to foster respect for different countries. And with the aid of visuals like maps and population pyramids, will illustrate global diversity and its impact on communities. Moving further to managing diversity and inclusion in the classroom, we want to make sure everyone feels included and valued. We'll acknowledge and include your diverse cultural, socio-economic, and demographic background when discussing population trends. All students will be encouraged to share their insights on how population growth affects their home country or community. We will also make use of inclusive teaching practice, encouraging participation from everyone, respecting different opinions, and using diverse examples. We'll use global case studies that reflect population structure in both developed and developing countries. Furthermore, slide 3 is about creating an inclusive environment. As we understand that everyone learns differently, we'll use varied teaching methods like visual, discussions, and hands-on activities to accommodate different learning preferences. For example, we'll provide opportunities for both visual learners and verbal learners to engage with the materials. We will also create a safe and supportive space where everyone feels comfortable expressing their ideas. During class debates on population challenges, we will ensure respectful dialogues and provide guidance to handle sensitive topics. Moving on into conclusion, which is about importance of communication skills in teaching. Now, this topic is further divided into subtopics, which are effective instructions, building relationships, and classroom management. But before we dive into those subtopics, let's remember that clear communication enhances your understanding and engagement. By using structured explanations and visuals, you'll grasp complex topics like population structure easily. Now, let's dive into our first subjective instruction. In fact, effective instruction fosters positive relationship with students, creating a supportive learning environment. Engaging your discussions helps build trust and encourage participation. Building relationships through good communication helps manage behavior and maintain a focused learning environment. Now, moving on into anticipated challenges in implementing strategies. Now, let us be realistic. Of course, there will be challenges. We need to be ready to address diverse learning needs, especially in a classroom with varying backgrounds and skills levels. We also need to keep everyone engaged, especially in large groups. Now, moving on. To overcome challenges, we'll use a variety of teaching techniques like visuals, group work, and discussions to address different learning needs. We'll incorporate multimedia, small groups activities, and one-on-one support to accommodate all students. We'll also make use of differentiated instruction to keep everyone actively engaged by setting clear explanations, asking open-ended questions, and promoting a supportive classroom culture. We'll use interactive tools like quizzes or polls to engage students, especially in large groups. I thank you for your attention. I'm excited to learn with all of you.